Now, let me come to Chief Solomon Ogba. 2016 is all about Olympics. Where are we?
In athletics?
Of course, in athletics. I remember before you do that, athletics started A to Z in our international medals. Yeah. A to Z, I mean Ifajuna in 54, in that in that particular jump, and then I'm going back to Z. I'm stopping at. I'm not going to 2000. I'm going to our first Olympic medal when Choma did that jump. So it has athletics have put in that world map. Where are we? Can we replicate such?
Definitely, we'll be able to do something different from London. We should be able to get some medals in this Olympics. I tell people the Olympic is not for amateurs. It takes time. If you look at Choma, before Choma did that jump,
yeah.
Choma already posted the fastest time, the 100 meters, in this country. Nobody remembers that. And of course, you know what speed does with the jump.
Definitely.
You know, so she already has that. So she didn't come from the blues to get the jump, to get the gold medal. And apart from Choma, Fallet Ogunkoya has been was running for like 8 years at top level before she got the medal, the 400 bronze medal. So these things are not something that you can do in 1 or 2 years. The Olympic is a cycle of 4 years. The way we are right now, we're in very good position to say that we have athletes that can get medals for us at the Olympics. I say this because, as we speak, we are the world champions in the 4x200. We also have the world leading time in the 4x200. In the 4x400, we had a
male or female?
Female, and okay. we are ranked number 3 in the world in the 4x. You can check these things out from the IF. You know, so when I say this, I know what I'm talking about. In the 100 and 200, particularly the 100, Blessed Okagba is ranked top 3 in both events. So, and we are looking at it, and this thing took time. You remember from 2012, Blessed was in the finals. That was good enough, because I mean, coming from nowhere, coming from jumping background to sprint. So the first Olympics, she got to the final. That is good. So the next Olympic, let's see what happens.
Blessing. I want to stick with you. I want to talk briefly about Blessing. So somebody told me that the best, he believes that we could manage, she has her best hope of getting a medal. Her jumps, she's jumping in the best 2 jumps in the world. That if we want to get Olympic gold medal, is it possible we sacrifice her from, remove from other events and concentrate on maybe jump and, like you said, speed has to do with jump. That can maybe say, do your 100 meters and then do your jumps. Is it possible?
You see, first, I need to tell you this, Mr. Chonogo.
Yes.
A lot of people tend to venture areas that they know nothing about. And they tend to profile solutions rightly or wrongly.
Yeah.
I do not think that is true.
Okay.
The truth is that Blessing is ranked top 3 in the world,
yes.
in both the 100 and the 200.
Okay.
Do you wish that away because of a jump? The answer is no.
Okay.
The truth is that if well managed, if the schedule is favorable.
Yeah, I'm talking about the schedule now.
Good. We are working on that.
Okay.
We are going to do a petition to the IWF so that they can. Every country is doing this.
So they can stagger it.
Yeah, they can stagger the schedules.
Okay.
Sometimes they do this thing just like the World Championship in 2013. What they did, 100 and the long jump. The long jump usually used to be towards the end.
Yeah.
But this time they brought it to the 100. So, and that messed her up in the 100. So we're going to work on all. These are the dynamics of the Olympics. You see, the Olympic is not just on the mark, set, go. No, there are too many things that goes beyond and behind the scenes, which we need to deal on. Whether you like it or not, Blessing is the greatest sprinter athlete this country has had in track and field.
Yeah.
You can check the records. Of course, she's in the Guinness Book of Records now. I haven't been the athlete with the most appearance.
At the IWF Diamond League, yeah.
You can't take that away. And if Blessing was to be an American, for instance, she will be celebrated.
I want to celebrate her.
I agree. But sometimes some of the comments, sometimes not palatable. I have an email at my disposal right now where somebody from The Guardian sent a questionnaire to her. And somebody who was not even in sports. And some of the things they asked there are things that can even throw her off balance. So I'm going to do a letter to The Guardian and ask them, what is the intention of this reporter? Is it to destroy one of the hopes we have for the Olympics or to encourage it?
Okay, I will come to that because you're talking about standards. But let me, but the issue we have has to do with funds. And before we came up here, I will still ask our guest here. We just saw that in the football event, Eagles Team B, as it is, where they have marked $1,000 for a win, $1,000 for a draw, $2,000 for a win, $4,000 for their coaches. That is for every match that they, not for the whole competition. Looking at the budget so far, how much was appropriated in terms of percentages? We're looking at federal budget and probably Lagos State.
Okay, and which of the budgets?
Let's look at the federal budget.
Which of the federal budgets?
2016.
Is it the one by the president or the one by the senator?
Okay, any of that. Okay. I don't there's a variant to that.
I will stick with the one from the budget,
for budget office.
National Plan, budget office.
Yeah.
Now, Bukola was saying something about having a project document, a project management document in place, and looking at what was allocated to the NIS, which should be the temple of sport intellectual in this country. For research, it's just 57,700,000. What kind of research are you going to do with that, Ken? How do you assess the Ogun State template? Even sending people to the field, questionnaires, 57 million cannot do anything. So for research this year, we have no hope. Now, we've said the sport policy, which is being reviewed, 5% budget from the federal, state, local government should be dedicated to sport. Lagos State, we have 0.28%, not up to 1%.
0.28%. So not up to 0.5%.
Not up to 0.5% for Lagos State.
For Lagos State,
we should set the pace. Now, the federal government, we have 75 billion and 2 billion for sport development, making 77. Out of this, NYC is taking 64 billion.
That is the youths,
yes,
not the sports.
No, not even youth ministry. That is, we have four headers.
Yes.
We have NYC, we have Ministry of Sport and Youth Development, and we have Youth Development, and we have NFF, which, of course, I hope tomorrow nobody from NFF will tell us
that government is not funded.
It's not government funded. So
okay,
if you put all these things in place, I think we are just condemned to rely on the
percentage. Well, how does that pan out?
Federal government with NYC Ministry of Sport, that gives us like 2.something%.
Not up to the 5%.
Not up to the 5%. So we are even in breach of what we all agreed collectively to do for sports.
That 5% should go for sport.
Is still an orphan in this country.
Sport, you had that sport is still an orphan. They agreed, they had the summit, and they said, look, we are going to budget 5% for sport, minimum. And here we are saying the federal government there is a far cry. Lagos State, not up to 0.28%. So we don't know what I said. We'll try and go through all those states and bring down the budget percentage of what they're giving for sport. For whom much is expected, you should give in more. You don't just say go over there and ask them to go to war with bow and arrow in the age where I don't know the weapon they are using now. So, part of the controversies that we're ranging, we're talking about standards, that the AFN raised standard above, the Olympic standards. And then probably a lot of our athletes will not meet that particular standard. How do we, if we don't get them to meet that standard, how do we now go to competition when they cannot make it?
Well, first, I think what everybody is looking at is whether we can do well at the Olympics.
Yeah.
The Olympic standard is a base for every athlete, whether you're coming from Togo, or you're coming from Benin, or from Congo, or from Jamaica.
Yeah.
So every athlete going to the Olympics will come with that base standard. And we are saying that is not good enough because we are Nigeria. Nigeria is a big country. We have some history, going for us. We don't want to go with the base. I'll give an example. The 100 meters is 10.16. That's the standard for the 100 meters.
Yeah.
If I ask you this question, what do you think they will win the 100 meters with?
Sub 10.
No, not just sub 10, like 10 what?
No, 9 point something, right? That's sub 10.
Okay.
Yes.
9 point what? 9.7.
9.68.
Okay, let's say 9.7.
9.7.
Okay.
So if your best athlete is going with 10.1, so what
Defeats the
happens?
purpose.
First round we're out. Then what happens? Then the public start crying. We don't do that. We believe that Nigerians can do better than 10.1. So we've raised the standard. And this is not the first time. Jamaica has a standard. The US have a standard. Men
Higher than the Olympic
of
standard.
course. You can't run 10.16 and the Americans will take you to the Olympics. It's not possible. This is a country that has won medals before the Olympics. We're not talking of judo or karate here. We're talking of athletics. I mean, over 90% of the medals won in Olympics for this country is from athletics.
Yes.
So, I mean, we are not going to, any athlete who is not ready should forget the Olympics.
So that means you are not ready to go back to the Olympic standard.
Even I'm
For qualifying standard.
I know. See, even with that, I'm even regretting that the standard was not higher than what we did.